Guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. It's been a few days or maybe a week or so since we last had a news video, but we do finally have enough stuff to put together a news video, so as always, let's get straight to it. The very first thing that I have for you guys is actually a brand new Haolonggood release yet again. This is the third now within a few weeks that we've had from them, so they are absolutely spoiling us with brand new amazing figures, and this time we've got a species of dinosaur that I have no representation of in my collection. We've got a Tanzanosaurus. Now, this is a very, very cool looking figure, very similar kind of color scheme on one of the two variants to the PNSO and Ankylosaurus, or at least I kind of think they look similar, but regardless, it's yet another banger of a model, I would say, from Haolonggood. Really, really nice looking sculpt, gorgeous paint application. Honestly, on both of them, they both look phenomenal when it comes to the paint apps, and that's definitely one thing Haolonggood has been delivering lately, are fantastic paint jobs on their fantastic models. And this is yet another, again, gorgeous release from Haolonggood, which you can purchase right now on Lana Time Shop. So if you are interested in purchasing yourself one of these, I will include a link in the description to where you can grab one or both of these paint variants of this brand new Haolonggood figure, again on Lana Time Shop right now. Also, when it comes to Creature Preacher, it's pretty sweet to see the movie Carnosaur getting some love, as we recently had an unveiling of a super articulated version coming from Artic Figures, while there's now a non-articulated version coming from Creature Preacher. But what's cool is the Artic Figures version is kind of based off of the full-bodied version, which you see quite often in the films. Creature Preacher has gone the route of kind of creating his to look more similar to the kind of puppet that you see used for the head, as they are different, and there's a little bit of a different appearance to them. So it's really neat to have kind of both bases covered as far as this dinosaur goes, and, you know, not only when it comes to both of the different kind of versions that you see in the film, but also the different versions of figures you could have for them, as you have, again, the articulated version coming from Artic Figures, and now, obviously, a more model-like, non-articulated version from Creature Preacher. This is not available for sale quite yet, but should be at some point in the very near future. Again, absolutely phenomenal work on the part of Creature Preacher, and this may be my new favorite model from him. Of course, I won't be able to truly tell that until I see it in person, but it looks absolutely epic right now. And then Reboot has recently shown off a new image that is going to excite quite a few people, as we have a look at one of the paint variants for the Sarcosuchus. And I'd imagine there are two different paint variants for the figure, as they usually have two paint variants for their releases. But you can see what one of the paint variants look like here. Looks really, really good, and I would say just as beautiful as we had seen on the Dinosuchus. And if it's half as nice as the Dinosuchus figure was, it's probably going to be one of, if not the best Sarcosuchus models we'll ever see, because the Dinosuchus absolutely blew my mind, and this Sarcosuchus looks to be following that same trend, because again, it looks gorgeous from what we could see in this image. Also, as far as Rod's random work goes, you could see a model that he is currently working on, or I should say actually finished, as we've got a little Primal Rage in our lives, and it looks super, super nice. Definitely another really cool model from Rod's random work, one that I would not mind adding to my collection, but at this point, Rod has so many models that I would love to add to my collection. It's pretty ridiculous, and I don't think I'll ever quite get that collection as up to date as I would like. But on top of that, we also have a look here at some baby velociraptors that he is working on. These are 1:1 scale newborn raptors, and they look really, really neat. Definitely exciting to see something like this, not just because it's a really cool looking sculpt, but because there is just tons of articulation on this, and we have had quite a bit of articulation from Rod in the past, but I have not seen this much articulation from him before, so that is really, really cool. Also, definitely something that, again, I would love to get my hands on and add to my collection. And then, of course, if I do, I would review for you guys. But if this is something you are interested in, make sure you follow Rod on his social media accounts and contact him to inquire further about purchasing any of the models you've just seen. And then, as far as the beasts of the Mesozoic goes, David Silva has just recently given us a kind of a sneak peek reveal of the paint scheme of the Utahraptor, and wow, this may be the best raptor that they have produced yet. That is super, super nice. Like, unbelievably beautiful. The sculpt, of course, is amazing. We have seen the sculpt in the past, but man, does that paint job look good. It is so nicely applied, so natural, so ridiculously realistic looking, and I would say perfect for what I would expect to see on the coloration of a Utahraptor. This will easily be one of my favorites of all time when it comes from the beasts of the Mesozoic once this officially releases. I also want to let you guys know that there is a brand new Jurassic Park Cryogenics canister 1-to-1 scale limited edition prop replica that has been released. Well, I shouldn't say released, it's actually up for pre-order, but it will be released very soon by Paragon FX Group, and it looks incredibly beautiful. If you are a fan of this type of, Jurassic Park collectible, we don't get very many of these, and definitely none as gorgeous as this, because that looks like a direct clone of what you had seen in the film. This is something you may be interested in pre-ordering, and I will include a link in the description to where you can do that on Big Bad Toy Store right now. The price is a little bit high, that's for sure, but if this is the type of collectible you've been looking for, something you would like to add to your collection, again, it's not something we see come around very often, so I would really recommend grabbing one of them while you still can before they sell out. I also wanted to show you guys this because we have a brand new Prime 1 T Rex, which we have seen a little bit of in the past. We've seen some of the images kind of shown off with the Tyrannosaurus, and we know that this is kind of recreating the Jurassic World Dominion final scene where we have the Giganotosaurus, the T Rex, and the Tyrannosaurus, and that's kind of the point of these models. But this is, of course, the T Rex version of that final battle scene, and it looks really nice. Prime 1 always does a great job on their Tyrannosaurs, and they've consistently delivered some of the best Jurassic Park T-Rex models that we've ever seen. I unfortunately only have one of their smaller 1/38 scale ones to add to my collection. I would love one day to get a hold of one of these larger models that they release, but they're just always so expensive I can't exactly pull the money together to acquire one. But this definitely looks, again, really nice, very faithful looking sculpt, a nice paint apps as well for it. It is a limited edition, limited to 350 pieces, so something to keep in mind. If you are interested in picking one of them up, I would definitely get on pre-ordering it sooner rather than later so you don't miss out. I also wanted to show you, as far as Artic Figures goes, this little sneak peek here to just kind of show you something that he's going to be working on in the future. You can definitely see basically what we're talking about, and again, it's something that I think is going to be really cool to see get released from Artic Figures. More Skull Island stuff, definitely something that I'm very intrigued by, something I've been loving. If you happen to have caught actually a Skull Island review earlier today with the Silvaceratops, again, more Skull Island stuff will be on the way from Artic Figures very soon. And then as far as Dino Mike Mac and Marco Makes goes, I wanted to let you guys know that the Dinosaur Style guide for the Jurassic World films is now officially out and available as far as the digital version. You can get a hold of the digital version for free, or if you would like to have a printed version, which I actually have one for the Jurassic Park franchise, and it is amazing. I really recommend grabbing one of the printed versions. But of course, in the meantime, you could definitely download the free digital version, but you can pre-order one currently on the website of Dino Mike Mac, or again download the free digital version. Either way, it is phenomenal, and definitely something that if you are into customizing dinosaurs, if you paint your dinosaur models, or if you're just generally interested in checking out the dinosaurs from the franchise, again, I really recommend grabbing one of the two different versions, at least either the digital or pre-ordering yourself one of the printed versions. Definitely check the links in the description again to grab those for yourself. I also wanted to let you guys know that as far as Nanmu goes and their unpainted kind of maquette style Jurassic Park T Rex, the final date to pre-order, I believe, is actually tomorrow. So if you are interested in getting that model, absolutely pre-order it either today or tomorrow, or you're going to miss out on it. And I don't think they're going to be creating any more after this. They have mentioned that they may be releasing other dinosaurs in similar fashion in the future, where it's kind of like an unpainted kind of maquette style model, and I would love to see that, and I think they're kind of basing that off of the interest for this model. So if you are interested in not only getting this, again, make sure you get it now because it ends tomorrow, or seeing more dinosaurs of similar style in the future, I would also recommend, again, pre-ordering this now so you can grab one before they sell out or before the deadline again occurs tomorrow. You can pre-order this through the links that I will include in the description from either Big Bad Toy Store or Lana Time Shop right now. And also something that's really quite cool, and it's from an artist I've never had the pleasure of promoting here on my channel. Pat's Jurassic Props has created a very similar style Jurassic Park T Rex that you can purchase from him. You can purchase it on eBay or Etsy, and he's actually from Germany, but this is a 1/12 scale, or roughly in that area, Tyrannosaurus Rex model. Obviously, again, based on Rexy from Jurassic Park, and it looks really nice. Like, he really did a great job on this. Definitely paid attention when it comes to sculpting this out to look as close as he could possibly get to what you see on screen, and definitely a model worthy of any Jurassic collection. This is about 80 centimeters long, about 35 centimeters in height, so definitely a very nicely sized model on top of everything. So if you are interested in snagging yourself one of these beautiful Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus models, I will include links in the description yet again to Pat's Jurassic Props eBay and Etsy accounts where you can go ahead and check this model out for yourself. Also, as far as Dino Dream goes, we have a look here at the paint application and paint scheme that you will see on their upcoming officially licensed Jurassic Park Pteranodon, and boy, is that ever the most beautiful Pteranodon when it comes to a Jurassic Park version anyway, that I've ever seen. And I do have one, actually, a previously released Dino Dream Pteranodon in my collection, and I can tell you from experience and confidence that it is beautiful, really, really impressive in hand, and this looks to be somehow even better than the previously released version. And we also have a look at the paint jobs actually for their Compsognathus, because there is a set of models coming out where it's actually like an entire diorama of compies, and they as well look amazing, even better than the older Jurassic Park compies that Dino Dream had released. So lots of really exciting stuff coming for the officially licensed models from Dino Dream, and probably some of the best stuff I've ever seen Dino Dream produce, which is really saying something. And not long ago, you may recall me promoting this model here from Ancestors line, which had a lot of people really excited because this is definitely a species we have not had anyone create prior that I can recall. This model is actually available for pre-order currently from Ancestors line, and you can see there are 2 different paint variants available for it, so you can choose one of either one of the paint variants or both. You know, if you'd like to have a pair, it's really up to you. But again, if you are interested in pre-ordering one of these, head to the link that I will include in the description where you can contact Ancestors line on Instagram, or of course you can contact me and I will contact them for you if you do not have social media. And I also want to let you guys know, as far as one of my good friends Collect Jurassic, he actually has some super cool stickers available. You can see with the Collect Jurassic logo on them. So if you are a fan of Collect Jurassic, as most of us are, and you would like to grab yourself one of these stickers, they are available currently for $5, and definitely something that you might want to get on grabbing, because last I heard they were selling out pretty quickly. So if you are interested in grabbing one of those, as always, I will include links in the description to where you can contact Collect Jurassic and grab yourself one of these stickers, or if you do not have social media, just like with everything else, you can contact me and I can contact them for you. And speaking of Collect Jurassic, a thank you goes out to them for these images, because we have some more angles of the upcoming Hallmark ornaments for the Jurassic Park line they've been releasing over the last few years. We've got the Dilophosaurus. It's pretty cool to see some different angles of it. I won't really be super sold on it until I see the actual ornament itself, but this looks great. And then of course we've also got the Jeep, which looks super cool. I'm definitely going to be grabbing both of these. I've been grabbing every single one of the Hallmark ornaments over the last few years, and these are absolutely going into my collection as well. And the final thing, and thanks to Dino Mike Mac for these images, but we have some brand new Mattel Tyrannosaurs to take a look at. First of all, these are basically in-hand images that he had found of someone that already has them. Who that is exactly, I'm not entirely sure, but you can see we have a look here, kind of a limited look at the upcoming male Tyrannosaurus. And I must say, the more I see of this, the less I kind of like it, because the paintwork on it is just kind of lazy. Like, there's not really a whole lot to it, and it definitely could have been better. Really deserves more as far as the paintwork goes, but I mean, it's okay for what it is, and I really can't judge until I see it in hand, but I don't think it looks all that great as of right now. But the one thing that we have here is this as well, which is kind of like an Epic Attack version, or Epic Damage, whatever you'd like to call it, version of a female Rex, or a Rexy, and that looks really nice. I definitely think this looks like a very cool release. I'm a pretty big fan of that kind of Epic Attack sort of action feature that it has going on. I've loved it on each of the figures that have included it so far, which would have been the Carnosaur, Dilophosaurus, and Velociraptor, and it looks nice on this Rex as well. Definitely something that I can't wait to get my hands on, and I don't even remember an actual official reveal for this one quite yet, but obviously it's something we'll be getting at some point, and new Mattel is never a bad thing, that's for sure. So as of right now, guys, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, I'll be sure to send it your way, but until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.